what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie all day. Today I'm coming at you with this guy right here. So I did a short on this knife to get people out of their normal way of thinking. I did a short called 2026 K-Bar Millennium with a question mark. And when I did that, stiff leather, that's nice for a belt loop. When I did that, people were like, oh, hell yeah, I need one of those. And people were fooled. And then I said, but it's not. It's actually a NedFoss. And the reason I did that is because a lot of people will hear a name and automatically discontinue it. What I did is I gave it a different name and showed the product, and the people who would never give a certain name a thought were completely fooled and said, oh yeah, now I want one. And then when they found out it wasn't what they thought it was, they were stuck. They had you couldn't backpedal. The design is the design. It just looks that good. And I really enjoyed that because it put people on their toes and it made them think. It made them rethink how they feel about a knife design if they don't know who designed it. And this one right here is designed really freaking well. So this is the NedFoss Brave. You know, home of the brave, land of the free, home of the brave. That's what this is. This is a military style combat fighting survival knife. And it has all of that inside of this design. This is D2 steel, G10 grips, full tank construction. You even have a screw-on hard butt. This thing is sweet. You have a beautiful guard done super well without being overly obtrusive. So if I still need to use my thumb on the top of the spine, I'm going right around that. It's not impacting my grip at all. It's almost like it's not even there. But then it'll still give you the security to where if you're going to stab down into something, you know your hand isn't going to slip onto your edge, which, let's see, is razor freaking sharp. That is a sharp edge. This hair wasn't just falling off of my arm. That is shaved. That is a sharp edge right there. That means their edge geometry has been done really nicely. Now they have a couple different versions of this. They have the one that you see here, and it's actually the cheapest version. I shouldn't say cheapest because it's really nice. It's actually their most affordable version by a couple bucks. They go for, oh, this one was the most expensive one. This was $69.99. It is currently on sale for $54.14. They have one with without the jimping on the spine for $56.99, and then they have a black one, I believe that is a plain spine as well, for $59.99, where it's just a black handle, where the other one with the spine is the same tan color. Now we are looking at, let's see, I saw the dimensions somewhere. It was like 11, I want to say 11 and a half overall, I do believe it was somewhere in there. You got 5-inch textured G10 handles, which gives you plenty to grab onto. You'll notice the lines go this way, path of most resistance, instead of where they make people do lines going this way. That's path of least resistance. You're more likely to slip. On this one, I am pulling here. Let's see if you can see the color of my thumb change as I pull. My knuckles change colors. I was in that grip. And it was on. I don't know what happened to the, I just had the specs pulled up and I lost them, but I'll just measure and we'll talk about it as we use it. Let's go. Never mind. They're right there. I'm going to put a link to their Amazon page for this so you can check it out for yourself. So we are looking at 11, yeah, I think it was like 11.8 inches overall with a 5-inch grip, 6.8-inch blade. So you're looking at just about 7 inches in the blade. You have a 0.66 inch grip width with a 0.2 inch blade width. With the sheath, it's 11.8 or something. Let's see. I think I'm right at the top of that, but it's 11.9 overall sheath. So once it's in there, it's like 12 inches overall from the top of your knife all the way to the bottom of your sheath. The sheath itself is 2.6 inches wide. A lot of people don't put these measurements in their stuff. I actually think that's really good. You have tons, and I mean tons of points for lashing. That is fantastic. You have these two down here are good for leg strapping. The good thing is instead of using the cheap nylon, they use actual leather belt looping, so it's not going to be all floppy, so you don't really need the leg tie. But if you're in like a survival situation, you're in the woods, you're hiking, camping, things like that, leg ties are good. It keeps it nice and tight to your body. This thing's fantastic. That's real leather. This thing is pretty fantastic. I am finding nothing not to like about this. Let's go use it. You know, I moved to Arizona from Massachusetts, and right now, everybody says, oh, it's too hot in Arizona. It's too hot. Right now, it is 91 degrees. It's 104 in Massachusetts. That's right, 104 with nasty humidity. Here is nice and dry. It is wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful out here today. So let's check this thing out. So the weight is done really well. It's easy to get around in the hand. Knife posturing is super, super simple with this thing. It's just a really, really well-designed piece as far as understanding where to put the weight. I have to say that the weight distribution on this is actually better than the K-bar. It feels really, really nice. Really, really nice. And we already know it's sharp, but let's keep playing with that edge. Oh, let's see here. We got this twine. We're going to go ahead and give the twine a nice pop. And then we're going to put it together. And we are going to turn it into a thicker piece and try to get a push cut on this. And see if we can't get a nice snap in there. We'll go with the tip. And that was insanely easy. That was insanely easy. Not only that, but this stuff is nasty. And it's soft. So normally you're doing a push cut, you want to do a push cut on a harder surface. This stuff is soft and it went right through. A lot of times with the soft, what'll happen, wow, that was nice. What'll happen is when it's a soft area, the blade is just going to push in and your material is going to fold in with that and just wedge itself. That cuts straight through. That is really, really good edge geometry right there. We call that knife done well. Let's see here. We got some of this plastic binding. So easy. Let's see. Some of it's already separating. We're just going to separate it more, and then we'll do some more separating. That Tonto tip makes it really easy to get a bead on whatever you want to cut. Really, really easy. So let's take this. Tie that together. Now we have all those strands of plastic. It's so simple. It's simple. It should. I'm telling you, it's not supposed to be this easy. Not with this knife is sub $60. This get your K-bar for that. Let's see. Let's keep this thing going. We're gonna do some pushes here for feathers. Wow, that is so nice. That is so nice. Pushing them all right below me. I'd be able to gather them all up and use those tight, sweet little curls to make a fire. Let's do some pulls. We did some pushes. We got a nice side grip. You have that little fuller in there, which means I can lock my fingertip in the fuller and I can control the knife with that. Oh, that is sweet. Look at how tiny and tight that is. I'm telling you, edge geometry matters in survival situations. It really, really matters. This thing is fantastic. I mean, you can see the right there, plus right there. I can make, and this is Arizona hardwood, I can make bundles to make fires, and everything would just work out really, really good. So let's take this, let's take this. Everything out here is so dried and so hard. It makes it great for testing an edge. That is nice. That is nice. All right. This thing's kind of a beast. It's kind of a beast, man. We got a big knot running straight through right there. Nice, we hit that. Oop, I'm on the bouncy part. There we go. Once out of the bouncy part, we just sheared the knot straight in half. Let's see, everything is still good. Everything is still tight. There's no loosening. And remember, you can red Loctite everything on here if you want. And you will have everything secured forever. So you will have zero worries. Let's take the garden hose. Now, normally I'd already do the plastic, but I'm actually saving that because I want to beat up this edge and then see if it'll cut the plastic. And if it can do that, I mean, we're talking good business here. I mean, so far, show me where this knife is a fail. Show me where NedFoss got it wrong, because everything I'm seeing is success. Whoa! That is a rubber garden hose with a nylon sheath, and that thing just push cut like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. It was like going through avocado. That was just sweet. Everybody says like butter. I wanted to change it up. Look at that. Look at that. That's a really nice knife. That's a really nice knife. All right, where is that plastic tube? It's right below my feet. I think I stepped on it. All right, so we have plastic with an edge that just got completely beaten on by hammering through a knot. Let's see if we can't maintain a beautiful spiral here. You need a sharp edge for this. And I dropped it. I'm trying to turn it in my hand so I can keep up with it. Look at this. Now we're going to shear it off. Ready? Still sharp. Still sharp. So you know I'm not just cutting it. Still shave sharp. I'm running out of hair there. And the little ones that were left, it cut. It's still cutting. This thing, I'll tell you what, this one's done right. Hold on. All right, let's take a few shots at this guy. Let's take a few shots. This is nasty, hard Arizona dead tree. And if you've never been to Arizona and you've never experienced hard Arizona dead tree, this stuff is no joke. Wow. Wow. All right, this looks pretty good. Wasn't sure what to expect in the chop, because it is that military style knife. Man. Watch out, dog. Watch out, dog. This thing's pretty nice. This thing's pretty nice, man. For the money? Are you kidding? For D2, G10, done right, holding an edge. I'll tell you. This thing is pretty sweet, man. I mean, I can say it's nice, but showing you is what's going to make the difference here. Look at that. Look at that. The dog just took a piece away. This thing is a combat survival knife. That's what this is. This is pretty sweet. I'm enjoying the hell out of this one. Come on, dog. Get out of the way. Come on. I threw the snot out of that. All right. I threw that one pretty hard. I threw it really hard. I know I was off camera a little bit. That's because I was even farther back. I wasn't trying to cheat. Man. So, no loosening. This thing is a beast, baby. It's so hard. The dust flew out of everything in there. It's just freaking coated. Wow. All right. So, NedFoss Brave. This thing is U.S. military suitable. I'm actually digging it. This is a really nice knife. I think they did a fantastic job with this one. So, follow the link below, man. Check one out. Pick one up for yourself. Enjoy it. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.